Webinar call to actions can be a great way to drive next steps in your webinars, and having a clear way for your attendees to click and take your next step, both visually making it easy to do so, but also for you to be able to track who actually converted from the webinars. So we'll start by creating a webinar, and I'll use a title here. I'll use a template for this one, so I have some of the basic graphic, but you can go to univid.io/create session if you want to create your own with just a URL. This is what it looks like once we enter, and if we view from the participant side, we'd have like a download or ebook as a CTA that they can easily click down below. So that's the kind of default one that I've activated from the start in my template. However, I can go into the CTA section here to our right and deactivate or activate certain CTAs at certain moments in the webinars. So first, to kind of give you an example of what things look like when we're live, I'll go in here to Webinar Studio and I'll join with my webcam. So now when I'm live in the webinar, simply by just pressing go live here, I can then launch a CTA and just point, like, press this call to action to convert down below. Obviously you can have the same CTA there the entire time. That's a common strategy to simply make things easy for you. You can then have it already in your template like I did just now. You can also create one before or during the webinar. Then you simply say book demo of Univid, let's say. I'll add the link, and I can then create a second call to action. Then I can easily switch to this one whenever it's relevant. So yeah, now that you've seen how Univid works, you might want to book a demo with me. That you can do on the link down below. When someone presses this, they will jump straight to that site, so it's a very convenient way to make people convert. Also, you will be able to track who converted in the data after. So you'll be able to see in individual statistics. So you'll be both able to see overall, like how many interacted, how many converted from the on the CTA, how many people were focused throughout, etc. So you'll have a bunch of nice statistics overall. So you'll have on individual level for all the like registered attendees, you'll be able to see them in a list here, and you can also download the Excel with all of the data on who clicked the call to action. So pretty convenient stuff. And also if you are using a HubSpot or any other CRM that you have connected to Univid, you'll be able to see that like who clicked and when, and you can build workflows and triggers based on this data also from the integrations. And we do have a bunch of integrations and the custom API, so you can get webhooks or use Zapier to get the data on who converted on the CTA buttons in your webinar. So pretty powerful stuff. And also finally, if you have like multiple CTAs, you can also either switch them out just like we did, or you could have one that leads to a list of links or buttons. So you could have, let's say, you could have book a demo as a second one, and even a third one up to our next webinar. Create this, and then you would have pretty powerful CTA in this case, so you could essentially have the attendees click these next steps and then be able to choose from this smorgasbord of different next steps. And you will be able to see which one they pressed and when in the data after. So yeah, pretty cool stuff if you work with driving next steps from your webinars. And we've seen in the Univid Webinar Insights report, feel free to check that out. We have a bunch of nice data points here. And one data point that stands out around CTA buttons is that you get up to 50% more conversions on using a CTA button together with two other interactive elements. Meaning if you work with a chat, let's say, and let's say some reactions, then you can really like leverage that people are starting to click and feel comfortable in your webinar, and then they're very more likely to convert, also having this visual nice next step. And also versus like just working with the call to action after the webinar, you typically would see a much higher conversion when you have the attendees right there and then. The leads are a bit more hot when they hear about the good value that you provide in your content in the webinar, and have that relationship like warm, active, and not just like in a cold follow-up email a few months or weeks after. So really leverage the fact that you have them there and then, but be aware of your target audience and the type of image you provide. So whether you are very direct, and you could work with this like book a demo and the very direct ones, or you could work with a bit softer call to actions. Let's say, sign up to our next webinar, for example, download our ebook or something like that. So it's a bit more value driven in that case, and softer call to actions. So that's it. Hope this was a helpful guide and tutorial on how to use webinar CTAs and call to actions to drive up to 50% more conversions from your webinars. And feel free to check out Univid's webinar software if you're into driving next steps from your webinars and working with lead gen from webinars. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.